Hello, my loves, and welcome back. Today, I wanted to talk to you about soul contracts. Soul contracts with our cats. What are they? How do we find out what they are between us? And how do we work with them? So, if you're new to the Naturally Cats channel, welcome. My name is Julianne Thorne. I'm a holistic cat therapist and soul activator for cat guardians. It's my mission to give cats a voice and to help people understand their cats more. If you haven't already subscribed to the Naturally Cats YouTube channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button along with the bell to get notifications of my new releases so you can help your cat with every video. So let's dive in. I wanted to talk to you today about soul contracts. I hadn't heard of these like 3 years ago, and I love my cats dearly. I knew that we had a deep connection and a deep relationship. And I had this like light bulb moment where I started to understand that relationship, and not just the relationship, but the deeper connection that I had. So I had Pickle, my first cat. She was very poorly. We learnt a lot together. She actually inspired Naturally Cats. She led me to train in different therapies and different modalities, all with a view to trying to help her. When she passed from physical form to spirit, I was crumbled. My world literally like collapsed around me. And now I've got Leo and baby Max, who are complete opposites in every single way. They totally represent the duality in me, and they are teachers to me every single day as well. I wanted to share with you about soul contracts because I have a very logical brain. I have a degree in psychology. I like to see evidence and facts and proof of things. And yet, when I left my corporate job to commit to Naturally Cats full time, I lent more into energy work. And the more cats that I've worked with doing chakra cleanses, or the more the participants in my Become a Soul-Led Cat Guardian program are evolving, the more I realize that there is this duality in life. There is the science and the facts, and there is the energy and the emotional side of everything. So I wanted to share with you my experience of soul contracts and what I believe to be true. And I hope that it resonates for you. And I hope that it gives you some comfort and it helps you to understand more your relationship with your cat. I didn't understand why Pickle was so incredibly poorly. I was trying thing after thing after thing to try to help her. And I felt like I massively failed when we had to put her to sleep. What I've realized the last few years, mainly through working with Leo, is that it all happened for a reason. Now, I would say that for many, many years. Everything happens for a reason. I believe in divine timing, whilst also being hugely frustrated about life and how slow things were going, or things were or weren't moving along. I actually have a tattoo for patience because I need to practice it. And soul contracts really came to light for me when I read two different books. So the first one is The Energy Codes by Dr. Sue Morter. Highly recommend her work. She is phenomenal. And the second was a book by Tammy Billups about soul contracts with animals. And it was, again, these like light bulb kind of jigsaw clicking together moments, like aha moments. So from what I understand, soul contracts, when we are in the light, when we are spirit form, before we come to earth and are a body, are a human, we agree with other souls. We agree with other beings of light, how we will work together, how we will come together to help our souls evolve. We have them with humans, we have them with animals. Now, when it comes to our cats, like I said, Naturally Cats wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Pickle, for all the different things that she led me to train in, to understand, to teach, to share. I would still be stuck in my corporate job if it wasn't for her. So soul contracts are an agreement that we have where we say yes. Yes, I will work with you to help my soul evolve. Now, yes, just because we've said yes doesn't mean that it's easy. Okay. So like the pain that I went through with Pickle, not only did she help me to learn different modalities, but the pain that I experienced when she had passed back into the light was, like I said, it was crushing. It was phenomenal. And that was also part of our agreement. The way Dr. Sue Morter talks about it is that when we are waiting to come to Earth, waiting to be incarnated, waiting to come to our bodies, we're almost like, she calls it the bus stop conversation. Now, I love this because my logical head really resonates with it. And we're waiting at the bus stop and we say out loud, like, I want to learn about self-love this time round on my experience in Earth. I want to learn about self-love and how I can prioritize myself. And then someone else at the bus stop says, oh, that works really well because I want to learn about boundaries. I want to learn about growth and how I can prioritize myself more. How about we work together? Fabulous. So we agree. We agree to come together. We agree to help each other evolve. If you're interested to learn more about this, read Dr. Sue's book. It's fabulous, The Energy Codes. That happens with humans and it happens with cats. So I can tell you that one of my soul contracts with Leo is about surrender. It is one of the hardest soul contracts I am working through. How do I know it's surrender? Because everything in our relationship leads back to that point. One of the biggest anchor points I have is a couple of years ago, he wouldn't eat and he went to the vets. He ended up being in the vets overnight for 2 nights or 2 or 3 nights. And he wouldn't eat. And I was beside myself, as you can imagine, panicked, worried, stressed, fearful, like such a big raft of heavy, dense emotions. I don't like to use the term positive and negative emotions, but heavy emotions. And then on the Saturday morning, I remember kind of waking up, doing a few jobs, and then just all of a sudden being like, I give up. I'm done. Like, not I give up on him, but I surrendered to the worry. I couldn't help him. I couldn't influence him. He was at the vets, I said, literally, like, I surrender. What will be, will be. And within, I think it was 10, 15 minutes, I had a phone call from the vets to say that he'd just eaten the first time in like 4 days. It gives me chills when I think about him. Leo's also got asthma. He didn't have that until 3 months after coming to live with me and my ex-husband. Leo doesn't like physical contact unless it's on his terms. He's not a cat you can just go and pick up and cuddle. Yet this morning, before I recorded this video, before I got ready for work today, he came and sat on my chest. He had his head, literally, we were like third eye to third eye. It was the most beautiful connection. So I know that my soul contract with Leo is surrender, because that's where like all of our paths, all of our connections lead to. So how can you figure out what the soul contract is with your cat? What I would say is, what is the one consistent thing? Now, hear me out. Where do you continuously kind of get to this point with your cat? Is it that they are weeing around the house? Are they attacking another animal? Do you get frustrated a lot with them? Or do you experience so much love and joy and emotion with them that you just, like, everything in your body tingles when you connect with them? They bring you so much peace and love and joy. What are the emotions that you experience around or connected with your cat? Because that is where you'll find the answer to your soul contract. So my soul contract with baby Max is joy. It's about how to give it to myself. It's about how to provide it for myself. It's about how to lean into it with him, how to experience it, how to believe that I'm worthy of it, and a whole host of other things. It's all connected with joy. So a couple of ways that you can look to establish your soul contract with your cat is to look at those common touch points. What keeps happening? First of all, identify what is the majority of the emotions that you have with them. Are they high vibe or are they low vibe? So are they joy, love, peace, excitement, happiness? Or is it frustration, anger, irritability? What is it? That's the first thing. So what kind of emotions, on majority speaking, do you experience with your cat? The second step that I would suggest to you is to sit with them, whether that's with a photo of them, whether that's physically with them in front of you, and ask. Ask out loud, ask quietly from your mind's eye, ask from your heart space. Ask them, what is our soul contract? And just notice the first thing that comes through in the first like half a second, not the thing after that. Because what happens when we connect with our intuition, when we connect with the essence and soul of our cats, the initial response that we have is that connection, is the answer from them. But what happens is our head gets in the way and starts to say, no, you just made that up. That wasn't real. That wasn't true. You can't do it. And all the other kind of doubts and fears come in. So sit with your cat and say to them, what is our soul contract? And just notice whether a feeling comes up in you, whether a word pops into your awareness, whether it's like a knowing. That's how you're going to find the answer. And when you know what your soul contract is with your cat, you'll notice that you will be aware of it with more of your interactions. And what happens is the most beautiful thing. It shifts your relationship with them to a much deeper level. So when I had the realization that my soul contract with Leo is surrender, it made sense. It made sense of him having feline anorexia for 4 days. It made sense that he doesn't always want cuddles and physical contact. So I didn't feel rejected. I didn't feel like he didn't love me. That's all my issues. But now, when he gives me those cuddles, I surrender to it and I just enjoy that moment for what it is, rather than thinking, oh my God, when is it going to happen again? And I've really got to enjoy it because this is the only moment that we've had. You know, it changes the energy, it changes our connection, it changes the frequency of our relationship. And when things happen that aren't the way I want them to be, so for example, I set my intention that my word for 2024 was going to be growth. And on the 2nd of January, Leo weed on the side of my brand new expensive chair. And I could have been angry and frustrated and shouted and, just been like really irritated. And actually, for a split second, surrender popped into my head. And I thought to myself, you're absolutely right. Thank you, buddy. How can I learn from this experience? With the filter of surrender, what is this? How can this teach me? How can I grow from this? So you see, once you understand that you have soul contracts with your cat, once you understand what those soul contracts are, it can really shift your relationship and elevate it to the most beautiful connection. So take some time to notice, and even if you aren't aware up until now, until you've seen this video, that you even have kind of similar or repetitive interactions with your cat, start to do it now. Come into the comments below and tell me, like, as you're watching this video, what is it that comes into your awareness, into your thoughts, into your heart space? Oh, this keeps happening. Oh, this seems to be on repeat. Drop into the comments and let me know. So once you know what your soul contract is, you can understand that your cats are doing this for you. They're not doing this to you. They're not weeing on the sofa or around the house or attacking the other cat or causing problems and issues to spite you, to hurt you, to harm you. They're doing it to help you with this contract that you both made when you came together. So I hope this video has been helpful. I would love to know how it's resonated for you. I would love to know what your soul contracts are with your cats. And if you need more support with your relationship with your cat, consider coming to join me for the Become a Soul-Led Cat Guardian program. I help people who are empaths and sensitives to come out of their head, to stop being in this anxious place and come into and lead from their heart space. In the Soul-Led Guardian program, people have discovered their soul contracts. They figured out how to release pain and trauma from, cats that were put to sleep, things that happened in their past. Again, all to deepen their connection with their cat, to be a soul-led guardian every single day. So if you're interested to work with me more, I'll pop a link in the description below. I look forward to hopping on a call with you and hearing about your journey and seeing if I can help. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.